Thank you, Pat. Good evening, everybody. Why should we get excited about the district attorney's race? And the message that I'm trying to bring is that this is the most important. And I know Sal will differ with me, but this makes the most difference to your community. Think about it. Every problem in your community surfaces through the criminal justice system and the district attorney's office. Substance abuse, mental health issues, oh my God, mental health issues, family violence issues, juvenile issues, all come through the district attorney's office. And what I'm here to do today is bring the message that it's time for a change. You deserve a better district attorney. And you deserve someone who's going to bring a progressive idea on how to run and bring up the community. The district attorney's office for so long has been seen as an ominous black cloud when you're in contact with the district attorney's office. It's about hammering people down. And we need to change that philosophy. We need to bring people up. We need to be the catalyst for change. We need to be collaborative problem solvers for our community members who fall from grace. I like to talk about the 10 and the 90%. The 10% of the cases that you read about are violent offenders who deserve the wrath of the law. But let's talk about the gravamen, the real crux of what this job is about, and that's dealing with the 90% of the cases that come through that are your family members, that are your community members who get in trouble because of one of the reasons I've mentioned. And they need help getting back up. They don't need to get hammered. We need to make changes. We need to be the instrument of positive change. The district attorney's office can't be seen as the dark knight who just hammers people down. How are we going to do this? One way, the message that I bring, if any that I bring today, has to do with restorative justice and bringing the community together even further. And I'm talking about victim offender mediation programs and instituting these programs in our communities when we have victims who can actually agree to and sit down with their offenders. And I'm not talking about an alternative to prosecution. I'm talking about a tool with prosecution where we get people to sit down, face one another, where we get true accountability, true acceptance of responsibility. We get true closure where two people get to understand each other and walk away not hating each other, but understanding each other at least much better than the process is doing now. And the recidivism rates are incredibly lower. We're talking about 60 to 10%. That's what I'm talking about. Progressive change. I'm talking about juvenile cases. How many millions of dollars are we going to continue to spend on juveniles not getting it right the first time? These juveniles deserve the care that they're not already getting. They wouldn't be in the system if they didn't have something that was missing. We need to show these juveniles that we care. We need to focus the best prosecutors on these cases so that we get them right, so that they're not circling back and back again and back again. Let's do it right. Let's make better relationships with our law enforcement so that we know how to prosecute a case when we get it at its inception, at its arrest, so that we don't have to dismiss a case. Let's go after these cases blindly so that we're not administrating justice based on economic status. That's wrong. Justice is blind. Lastly, help me to make these changes when we need it, and for those law and order types in the room that I've offended. I've been there and I've prosecuted cases. I was a prosecutor for 6 years. I've been in private practice for 13 and a judge for 4. As a prosecutor and a defense attorney, I've won 90% of the cases I've tried. So when we need it, and there is somebody that scares us and that society needs to be protected from, and we need to protect victims in our community, I'll be there because I've got that experience, and we'll win those trials when we come forward. Help me make that change. Thank you.